So you already know how to define a function, like the function sum here, and how to call a function, like here you call the function sum, and you get the result in a variable. Well, I will explain now how you pass values using arguments and how you receive the values using parameters. So I will explain the difference between arguments and parameters. When you call a function, like here, you have the name of the function, and you have variables like a and b here. Well, these are called arguments. Why? Because you don't have the type definition. A and b are just passed like this, and the type is defined before. So what happens here is you copy the value of a and you copy the value of b. Where do you copy those values? Where? Well, in the parameters. X and Y here. And here, X and Y are parameters. So the main difference is that for arguments, you call a function, you don't have the type definition, you just put the name of the variables, A and B. Those are arguments. When you call a function, you copy the value of the arguments into the parameters, X and Y. So here, as you can see, for parameters, you have the type definition. X is of type integer, Y is of type integer, and those are the parameters definition for the function definition. You also have the type of the return of the return value of the function. So the sum function will return an integer. So always remember, when you call a function, you give the function arguments, and these arguments don't need the type definition. A and B are already of type integer because we already defined A and B just here. But for the function definition, just here, you define parameters. And for the parameters, X and Y, you put the types. When you call the function, remember that you copy the value of the arguments, A and B, so the value of A and the value of B, into the parameters, X and Y. That's it. You know the difference between arguments and parameters.